Do it on camera.
Stop playing with my name.
5 hours late here. And
Man, you ain't got the answers. You ain't got the answers. You ain't got the answers, Sway.
One rapper went off on an interviewer for lying about their past together, and another checked an interviewer for asking him police questions. These are times rap legends and OGs checked interviewers. And we gotta start off with 50 Cent, because one day, 50 was doing an interview with Speedy Mormon for Complex about a TV series he was working on. 50 was the executive producer for the ABC crime drama For Life, and was doing the interview to help promote the show. But during the conversation, Speedy decided to go off topic to ask about 50's beef with French Montana. 50 Cent let him know that he didn't really want to talk about it, since the interview was supposed to be for promo more than for a show. But clearly, Speedy didn't get the memo.
Get you out on this. It seems as though it all started with playful banter. It still seems that way to me, but what's up with French? Are you guys cool? Are you not cool?
I don't really have interest in it. Like, there's not much going on.
But Speedy didn't stop there and asked 50 about a rumor that had happened between him and French at a club in Miami.
There was rumors that you snuffed him in a club in Miami or something. Is there any truth to any of that?
No, there's no truth to that.
Okay.
After stating that nothing happened at the club, 50 took offense to Speedy's question and eventually walked out of the interview.
Would I do a thing like that?
I don't know. I wouldn't put it past you.
Why would you think that way? Would you think Will Smith would do that? I can't believe you would say these things about me.
I'm not saying them about you. The internet said these things
Would
about
you? I think this guy right here would assault French.
But this wasn't the only time a rapper had to check an interviewer for spreading lies and allegations, because this next rapper pulled up on multiple interviewers to let them know that he didn't appreciate what they were saying about him. Unlike 50, Birdman didn't come to the show to answer questions because he was standing on that business, and from the moment the show starts, he tells all three hosts to stop playing with his name.
Yes, sir. I want to start all straight telling all three of y'all stop playing with my name.
Let's go on there. Let's go.
Stop playing with my name.
Let's go.
Let's do it on camera.
Stop playing with my name. I
Let's
ain't
go
gonna
right
say
on
it
there.
no more. When my name come up, respect it.
Let's go.
Stop playing with my name. All three of y'all, stop playing with my name. I ain't gonna say it no more.
After Birdman's first set of rants, the interview finally began, and Charlamagne tells Birdman to get it all off his chest, because it's obvious someone had done something to piss him off.
Get it off your chest, Birdman.
Said it already. I ain't gotta talk no more.
Cause I don't understand the angle. Like what?
Said it already.
So why come here?
I did it already. I'm here. So what's happening?
I mean, it's all good.
And it was clear that Birdman's problem was actually with Charlamagne, because he told him that he came to the studio to say the things he had to say to his face like a man. Birdman even said he knew a few places he could have slid on Charlamagne and got him smacked, but he didn't do it because he didn't think that was gangster.
I wanted to talk to you on your man in your face.
Absolutely.
You understand me? I knew a few places you was at. I could have pulled up, but I don't think that was gangster. I wanted to come look you in your face like a man and tell you how I feel.
Okay.
You understand me? Straight up like a man.
So what's the issue?
No sugar. Ain't no issue. If it was an issue, you'll feel me. I just come to let y'all know, stop, put some respect on my name. You understand me? When y'all saying my name, put some respect on it.
Did you pull up on Ross that way or Trick Daddy?
Man, I'm pulling up on you.
Yeah, but I'm the radio guy. Why pull up on the radio guy? Don't act tough with the radio guy.
And after Birdman gave his two-piece, he and his crew pulled off, making it the shortest Breakfast Club interview to ever air.
Y'all finished or y'all done? I ain't got no more talking. Let's rock.
All right. Well, there you have it.
Now, let's move on to U-God, because in 2019, U-God had to check DJ Vlad on one of his interviews. Many guests have checked Vlad since he acts like he knows so much about the streets and black culture. And U-God had to check him multiple times during their interview for this, because before the interview even started, you could tell U-God didn't have an interest on kicking it with Vlad.
All right, here we go. U-God, welcome to Vlad TV.
What's up, big man?
Everything good, man. Huge, long time fan of you, man.
Yeah.
Throughout the interview, you could tell U-God really wasn't feeling it, since Vlad was irritating U-God throughout the early parts of the interview. And of course, he brings up the topic of drug dealing multiple times, since he was locked up twice on drug possession charges.
During the time, though, you were hustling.
You asking me or you telling me?
Well, I mean, I've seen your other interviews, so I guess I'm asking you, but I kind of already know the answer.
Yeah.
Vlad starts asking more questions around U-God's criminal activities. But this pisses U-God off because he knew that Vlad already knew his story and just wanted to act like the police.
So the Wu-Tang Clan starts to form, and you guys start to work on the first project. How much of it did you actually see come together? Because at one point you end up getting locked up.
You know the story, Vlad, man. Stop acting like you don't know the story, man. You know I was locked.
And you could easily tell that U-God was frustrated and irritated with Vlad due to what he was asking him. So he eventually walks on show through the story, checking Vlad on basically every question that he'd asked him.
When you heard the whole album get put together, did you think that this was going to be something as big as what it became, or was it just another cool project?
Whatever, man. I don't understand why people even ask that, man. You just do the work and you just put the work in. Whatever happens, man. As an artist, I don't see no artists out here sucking their until they become successful. You know what I mean? Or until it becomes successful. Steve Rifkin didn't know it was gonna be that successful neither until it hit the fan. So after it hit the fan, that's when we started realizing that this was gonna be bigger than what it was gonna be.
Why'd you guys decide to do a double album?
I don't know, you need to ask Steve Rifkin. How about that, Fly? Ask him why he wanted to do a double album, being that he think he knows so.
When you put together Triumph, did you know how big it was gonna be?
Nah, not really. I don't know why people even ask us that, how big it's gonna be. You never know how big it's gonna be until you're in there, man. you keep asking me this. Did you know how big you was gonna be, motherfucker? Did you? No, not till you did it, didn't you? All right.
Wait, no. I mean, sometimes though, you talk to certain artists and they're like, yeah, when I recorded this, I knew it was gonna be a hit.
Nah, that's some bullshit. That's them dudes sucking their own. I don't want to hear that stuff.
And it seems like Vlad was trying to sound like some sort of hip-hop expert or something. But U-God checks him and brings him and lets him know he doesn't know everything.
He kind of took so-and-so style and kind of made it his own, and okay, he's sort of a mixture of this rapper and this rapper. You look at an Old Dirty and you're like, there's absolutely nobody like
No. You stand corrected with that. Old Dirty's idol was Biz Markie.
Huh.
Look at him now. Now look at him.
Huh. I never even thought about that.
Yeah, that's Biz.
Now, let's move on to Jeezy, because Jeezy had to G-check DJ Academics for overstepping the line with his views. They were on an episode of Everyday Struggle together back in 2017, and Jeezy was talking about his public perception, his new album Pressure, and the negative influence trap music's been having on hood culture and the younger generation. Halfway through the interview, Academics brought up the topic of selling dope and the impact newer rappers have had on drug addiction. But that's when Jeezy checked Academics, letting him know that he ain't really in the streets like that, and that his critiquing and corny narrative of hip-hop was actually hurting their culture.
Wind a little bit. My whole point of case is that, you know what I'm saying, whatever you do, just do it with integrity. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So I was doing what I was doing to be in this position to sit at this table with you now. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? To be able to have something, to talk to you about. You know what I'm saying? But my point in case, and the point I was trying to make was, I stuck to my guns no matter what, because that's what my mindset. You feel what I'm saying? So when you hear me talking my music, that's my true mindset. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not telling you what's right or what's wrong. I'm telling you, you have to build a rapport. Your reputation follows you around everywhere. So if you're not into taking, you're not into stealing, you're not into robbing, like, you're gonna put that in your music, and that creates a code. You know what I'm saying? So the newer generation now, the things that they're putting in their music is, we're gonna run off on the plug. We're gonna take this, we're gonna take that. But you laughing because it's funny, because you on the show. But you ain't little homie getting his head knocked off.
You're right, because that is one of the things.
Absolutely, I know I'm right. You ain't never been there. Like, you don't know what I'm talking about. But at the end of the day, it's cool. But until you gotta go bury him, you gotta pay for a funeral because he listening and he thinking it's cool. You know what I'm saying? He running out here because that's the code, that's the rules. Wherever you're gonna get the street rules from, the code, but our culture leaders.
And that's not the only time a rapper OG had to check an interviewer for their opinion. Because back in October 2016, Benny Siegel stopped by the Breakfast Club for an interview with Charlamagne the God and DJ Envy. This was around the time that Beanie was in some serious beef with Meek Mill. Charlamagne said that Beanie sounded like a hater on the 2 diss tracks he released.
And then, I was questioning you with your diss records, man. You sounding like a hater lately, man.
A hater?
Yeah.
How you say that?
Cause I feel like, you put out 2 diss records, but then you was in the studio with Meek like 8 days prior to the first diss record. And I'm like, if anybody else did that, I think you'd be saying that was a sucker move.
But this pissed Beanie off, because Beanie didn't feel like Charlamagne was even qualified to talk about their beef, since he didn't know the full story of what really went down.
I don't think you qualified to even say I sound like a hater, because you don't know all the particulars. So how you qualified to say I'm a hater? Hate on what?
Well,
and why?
I'm just telling you based
But
on what you see.
why do you say I'm a hater?
But when Charlamagne continued to press on about the issue, Beanie didn't hold back.
You ain't qualified to ask me that question. You ain't qualified to get that answer, bro.
And after some back and forth, Beanie didn't feel like Charlamagne was keeping it real. So we called Charlamagne a sucker and let him know that he'll walk out of the show and cut the interview.
Cause you a character. That's why.
It's the truth, though.
You a character.
Life's too short to be wasting your time with suckers or people you think is suckers.
So why I'm here
And
then? Because I think you're a sucker. So I should be out, right?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I wouldn't. I mean, that's me personally. I wouldn't sit there and have a conversation with a sucker.
Yeah, you'll sit here and you'll bash a little girl, little mama till she cry. That's what you do. Coward.
Me and you talking to each other now. I tell you that I think you're a hypocrite.
You could think what you want to think.
And I think you be coming off as a hater sometimes.
You could think what you want to think.
So now, what's next with
I could say, I think you let Fredro Starr and them check you, but you made that little girl cry.
Now let's move on to Ice Cube, because he's another rapper that's known for putting people in their place if they try doing something weird. Because back in 2017, Bill Maher was on there for his HBO show Friday Night, talking with Ben Sass. And Ben said something about having Bill work in the fields with him. And that's when Bill made a joke that he probably would have been better off without.
I get to Nebraska more. You're welcome. We'd love to have you work in the fields with us. Work in the field? That's part of that. Senator, I'm a house.
Bill did apologize right after, but a lot of people didn't think it was funny, and Ice Cube was one such person who wasn't going to let it slide since Bill can't be joking that way.
I just want to know two questions. What made you think that it was cool to say that?
You know, I just...
That's one question.
I just explained, there was no thought put into it. Obviously, I was telling Dr. Dyson, comedians, they react. And it was wrong, and I apologized. And, you know, more than that, I can't do.
I accept your apology, but I still think we need to get to the root of the psyche, because I think it's a lot of guys out there who cross the line because they a little too familiar, or they think they too familiar, or it's guys that, you know, they might have a black girlfriend or two that made them some Kool-Aid every now and then, and they think they can cross the line, and they can't. You know, it's a word that has been used against us. It's like a knife, man. And you can use it as a weapon, or you can use it as a tool. It's been used as a weapon.
Ice Cube told Bill that he really didn't mean any harm with what he's saying, but that his point needed to be made because, joke or not, some things are best left alone and out of the media.
And I think you just have to not step on some of the political messages that you're saying with a joke, because some things just ain't funny, you know what I mean? This is real right here.
Now, let's move on to Kanye, because back in 2013, he was on an interview with Sway Calloway. You could tell he was frustrated because he was venting about trying to break into the fashion industry and how the whole world, corporations and fashion houses, were trying to hold him back. Sway tried throwing the idea to Ye that he should do his own line solo, seeing as he saw Kanye as the type of person who could more than pull it off.
I don't understand why you need these people to get your music out. You got the internet. You the king of the internet. When you did your Good Fridays, that was nobody did nothing like that. Why you need those people?
But that's when Ye completely went off on Sway, checking him and letting him know that he ain't got the answers, since he felt like Sway wasn't in a position to tell him how to get into the fashion industry.
Disney, Nike, Google. Now who's gonna be the Medici family and stand up and let me create more? Or do you want to marginalize me till I'm out of my moment?
Or why don't you empower yourself and don't need them and do it yourself?
How, Sway?
Take a few steps back to go.
You ain't got the answers, man. You ain't got the answers. You ain't got the answers. You ain't got the answers, Sway.
Kanye.
I've been doing this more than you.
But it didn't stop there with Ye, because Ye went mega viral in 2022 for many of his interviews. Ye was on Tim Pool's podcast discussing recent events that went down with him, Donald Trump, and his election run. Halfway through discussing his election run plans, the topic of anti-Semitism came up, and Tim agreed with what Ye was saying about how they've been unfair to him. That's when Ye asked him, who are they? And wants Tim to put a name on the people who've been unfair to him.
Because as I'm getting hosed down every day by the press, and financially I'm just standing there. And when I found out that they tried to put me in jail, it was like a dog was biting my arm, and I almost shed a tear, almost. But I still walked in stride through it. Yeah.
I think they've been extremely unfair to you.
Who was they though?
But Tim didn't want to be direct since he knew it would have canceled him. So Ye got mad and walked out since the host was beating around the bush and he wasn't trying to get canceled. But that wasn't the only time Kanye walked off on an interviewer, because just a few weeks prior, on one interview with Piers Morgan, Ye completely went off on Piers and was talking over him and kept cutting him off like he was a little boy. Ye was talking about him getting dropped from Adidas and how the whole world was trying to cancel him. But Piers wouldn't stop cutting Ye short and it pissed him off. So Ye started flashing out and started talking back to him like he was a little boy.
To go to the top lawyers, the top execs, the owners of the stadiums, the owners of the football teams, and the owners of the record labels. And we're going to put them all in one room. And we're going to read let's go top 10 in each one of these categories, right? Let's read Michael B. Jordan's
contract.
Why would any of that?
Hey,
bro, I ain't finished. I ain't finished my sentence.
Nothing you're saying has anything to do with regret.
Hey, boy.
Don't call me boy.
Don't finish. I told you. Oh, don't treat me like a boy then. I'm going to finish my sentence of my idea.
Later in the interview, Ye walked out of the interview since he wasn't rocking with how Piers was talking to him.
After that moment happens, then I will say, I'm sorry.
Okay, if that's your position.
That's clear. Interview adjourned. Love you.
Now, let's move on to Soulja Boy, because Soulja Boy is another rapper known for not being scared to speak his mind and will go off on anyone. In 2019, Soulja Boy was doing an interview with Everyday Struggle, and the main person asking him questions was DJ Academics. Halfway through the show, Academics starts picking at Soulja. First, he tells him he needs to get rid of his Gucci headband since he wears it a lot. Soulja responds by telling him this and pulling out some racks on Academics to shut him up.
I look better than him. I probably like me. I'm a pretty good, I'm sexy. It is what it is.
You gotta get rid of that Gucci headband, though, like,
no, this is a war stand, because y'all keep clowning me. I'm gonna wear it even more so y'all can keep talking. I love it, bro.
You need to
I love when y'all talking. I can go back.
Oh, is that Drake? Oh, hold up.
For the rack shadows.
Oh,
I can go buy, you know what I'm saying, 30 of these headbands, bro.
Seconds later, Soulja lets him know he is mad since they tried playing him like he was broke. And that's the main thing that pisses Soulja off, because he starts going off on everyone on the show.
Oh, you just trying to play me like I was broke. She was like, y'all think Soulja Boy got money in the bank and y'all think, yo, is you crazy?
Soulja then lets DJ Academics and everyone on the show know that they better respect him, or things were going to get ugly. He said he was going to slap them because Academics kept trying to downplay Soulja Boy like he was a nobody.
Y'all gotta face it and y'all gotta respect me, bro, or I'm slapping.
Soulja Boy then roasted Academics and let him know he's a hater, because Academics kept only mentioning the bad things about Soulja, not the good things he's done.
So I signed a deal. Yo, you just typing in, you a hater.
That's not.
You try to pull up the behind it. Nah, nobody know Drake stole my flow, bro, and that's the end of it.
He took a line from you and you took the same line from another.
And you fat as
But that wasn't the only time Soulja completely went off on DJ Academics, because just a few weeks later, he took to IG Live to go off on him, trolling him after their interview.
Demons, I got a hot dog for your fat stupid. I got 2 hot dogs in a bowl of chili for you to get off my with your fat stupid. Academics, I got 2 hot dogs for your fat. I know you hungry.
And that's not all, because back in 2023, Soulja Boy went off on IG Live again, but this time it was on World Star, DJ Vlad and Say Cheese, who he was allegedly beefing with at the time.
How y'all feel, huh? So that's how y'all feel. Adam 22, you don't get your. Don't you, boy? Adam 22, you's a pedo. You little girls here. World Star, y'all CEO dead. Out of here, ain't funny. Say Cheese, you drive pink car. You.
Now, let's move on to Snoop Dogg, because in 2011, Snoop went to Norway for an Adidas promo. He unfortunately arrived late to the interview, so the reporter straight up asked Snoop why he was late. But Snoop told him to be happy that he's there, since he didn't have to show up at all.
5 hours late here. And
Man, shut come on, man.
no, we just saw you on Twitter from the border.
About 5 hours late. Here, happy I'm here.
Snoop then tells the interviewer to get out of there and makes the dude leave the room, since he wasn't asking him any real questions.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And Snoop wasn't the only rapper who had to check an interviewer for asking a stupid question, because Akon had to do something similar with DJ Vlad. They were on Vlad TV discussing Michael Jackson's legacy and what it was like working with him. Akon told Vlad that Michael was actually a good friend of his and that he had the chance to jump on a few of Mike's songs. During the interview, DJ Vlad brought up the topic of MJ's allegations and about how he allegedly had inappropriate dealings with children. And that's when Akon checked Vlad, expressing how much of a genuine person Michael was and that the whole situation was not that deep.
The thick women is what you're saying.
Yeah, he likes supermodels.
Supermodels,
Yeah,
tall,
he likes
thin, and so forth.
But it all made sense though. Now I know why he always had like supermodels in his videos. You know what I'm saying? Like he had the supermodels in the
Campbell.
video. Right. You know what I'm saying? It made sense.
Yeah, and since our last interview, I interviewed Tom Mesereau, who was his lawyer that defended him successfully in that whole case. And I remember just going through the whole story and so forth and kind of digging into the background and everything. And I remember, because there's always, from the outside looking in, you're like, well, the allegation's true. Was he really into little kids? I mean,
he wasn't, man.
Well, clearly,
he was nowhere near that.
Right. But clearly some of the stuff he did wasn't really appropriate for an adult
That's
man.
all bull, Vlad. I'm not gonna let you start there.
I'm not
Vlad. Listen, I live.
Listen. No. I'm gonna finish this. I'm gonna finish
No,
this.
Vlad, because I don't want you to finish it.
But that wasn't the only time a rapper had to check an interviewer for trying to diss one of his homies. Back at the 2017 BET Awards, the Migos were on the red carpet during an interview with Navendra Alexis, DJ Academics, and Joe Budden. During the interview, Academics was talking to Takeoff, saying how he was left off the song Bad and Bougie. And Takeoff obviously wasn't happy with Academics asking him this, based on how he responded.
I ain't left off Bad and Bougie. You think I'm left off Bad and Bougie?
Say again?
You say I'm left off Bad and Bougie?
What you say?
You say I'm left off Bad and Bougie?
Yeah.
Do it look like I'm left off Bad and Bougie?
Academics quickly picked up on the energy and started agreeing with Takeoff, so things wouldn't get worse. But that's when Joe Budden decided to get disrespectful. So he cut Takeoff and Academics off, saying they needed to wrap the interview.
Because ever since when you were in jail, even though you might see one or the other, y'all move as a collective.
All right, we got to wrap this up though.
My bad. I be trying to jump.
Wrap it up then.
The Migos instantly knew that Joe was trying to be disrespectful, so Quavo told Joe to go ahead and wrap it up. Joe gets even more disrespectful and drops the mic while Academics is paying homage to the Migos and walks out on them.
Close it.
Hey, listen, man. I wish I could talk to the Migos longer, man. It's one of my favorite groups. I've been covering for so long. I'm glad they succeeded, man.
That's when the whole squad stood up and got ready to do something to Joe Budden.
Have a good show.
What are you trying to do? Wait. No. Wait.
It's a good thing that other people in the room stepped in, because things could have gone way worse. But now, let's move on to Diddy. Regardless of what is going on with Puff, he came out to the Breakfast Club and gave Envy some blunt words. Diddy took a shot at DJ Envy and how the host had some hypocritical views about what's said about people's wives on air. During the show, Diddy was asked about the rumors that his ex, Young Miami, was pregnant. Diddy checked Envy real quick, and his demeanor causes the host to get worked up.
You be the craziest one asking about somebody's girl or a personal joint, but can't nobody even say nothing to you about nothing. I ain't asking. I don't know. Hey, yo, Playboy, I'm gonna tell you, men as men, I don't talk about my relationships with nobody like that.
Let me say it like this. I don't mind anybody asking me a question.
And it looks like the two are going head to head before Diddy turns it around and lets Envy know that he's just playing with him. Not for nothing though, Diddy makes a true point. Envy gets turned up when the conversation goes toward his family, but the host had no problems worrying about other people's personal life.
I don't care. But that's not my business. I'm not thinking about you and another woman.
If somebody disrespects, it's another level.
Oh, I can't even imagine somebody disrespecting me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But that's my feeling.
Okay.
And that's how I feel. And it's easy for people to go online.
I'm just.
I'm not.
You see the beige rage coming.
Now, let's move on to Gucci Mane, because back in 2016, he accused a popular radio host of trying to hook up with him. After being released from prison in May of that year, Gucci did an interview with The Breakfast Club where he revealed that Angela Yee tried to hook up with him back in the day. At the start of the interview, everything seemed to be cool, but after 15 minutes into the interview, Gucci confronts Angela Yee for trying to sleep with him. They were laughing about how intimidating he was the first time he went to The Breakfast Club. Angela Yee said that she had never been intimidated by Gucci since he was always nice to her. But Gucci said he was intimidating for a different reason. He goes on to reveal that the two of them had a history and that he was scared that he'd confront her about something else.
What would I be scared? What you gonna do to me?
It's not what I was gonna do. It's not what I would do to you. It's what I was gonna say to you.
Oh.
You know, because we had already had a history.
What?
You smashed Angela Yee, Gucci?
Okay. Of course not.
Wait, so of course not.
I'm saying, come on, guys.
She didn't try it.
Okay.
She didn't try it.
Right.
She didn't try it. She was on my.
Oh, okay. That is a lie.
I'm not lying.
No, we was cool. I was not on your.
You used to be texting me what hotel you was at.
That is a lie. Never. You must got me confused with somebody else.
Both denied that they ever hooked up, and Angela says that he's lying. You can see that Gucci felt some type of way, since it seemed like Gucci was actually telling the truth. But after the clip went viral, people discovered the interview on Sirius XM radio where Angela was hitting on Gucci back in 2010.
He must really have a because he always says that.
It is. You never want to put your hands in these pants.
That means that you don't go down on women because they say guys with big don't do
We
that.
talked about that before.
Yeah, I remember. Oh, I'm glad you remembered that because it's been a while.
I remember.
All right.
Everybody, I caught a lot of flack behind that.
Why? Oh, well,
I don't know about
naturally why. But you've done it since then. You've definitely gone down since then.
No, you're big.
Then, in 2019, Gucci posted a clip of him confronting Angela Yee to his IG, claiming that situation had got him banned from going on The Breakfast Club ever again. However, Angela stated that he was never actually banned, but if he wanted to come back on the show, he'd have to apologize to her publicly. Gucci declined, and shortly after, he did a private interview with only Charlamagne and doubled down on his claims that Angela did try to sleep with him.
She was flirting with me. I rejected you. I don't want you. What you mad about? Wasn't even no big deal. I would never say nothing else about it. I never brought it up. But don't never try to act like you didn't do it. You did. You did.
She said she feel like you disrespected her.
She disrespected herself. She disrespected herself. That's what she did. She just made a big deal out of something that wasn't even a big deal.
Angela kept her stance, denying that any such thing actually happened. But going off that second interview in 2010, it's pretty hard to not believe Gucci Mane. But speaking of flipping out, one rapper completely went off on the LGBTQ community at one of his shows, and Travis Scott flipped off on a fan for trying to steal his Yeezys. So click this video to see rappers who flipped out on fans.